Son.
You just finished. I watched you.
No.
And I'm the one that don't drink.
Are y'all racing?
I don't drink either. What do you
Are
mean?
y'all
But I've never
racing?
drank.
No,
What's that got to do with drinking water?
Yeah, because I'm chugging, bro.
No,
All right,
you don't
let's
chug
start
alcohol.
this- Let's start this video.
We're on it. Welcome to the Burden Society,
What's up?
formerly known as the Put Work In podcast. You good, bro? Don't move. Where you going? We got Ben Alexander here.
What's up, Benito?
What do you do?
What do you mean when I do?
What do you? What's some description behind your name?
Oh, let's see. I work at Toyota, and I'm a youth pastor.
He benches 350.
And I bench
Benches
315.
315. We got Peyton Cook. Y'all know him, but introduce yourself.
I'm Peyton Cook.
What do you do, sir?
I make buckets, trash cans. I fix machines that make buckets and trash cans.
Maintain.
And I bench 292.
What's up, guys? Dylan.
They're 530 pounds.
Yeah, we don't care. I'm Dylan. If you've been around the podcast, Put Work In podcast, formerly known, you know me and Peyton. Probably know Ben lately, but I'm Dylan. YouTube channel, Asset Activities. I sell insurance. Got a couple kids. Got a wife. You got a wife?
Yeah, I do.
I don't have a wife.
Hey, you're working on it.
You didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
We just got done out here at the range. We're going to shoot our podcast / YouTube video. You may be wondering right now why we transitioned, or you may not even know we had another podcast. The Burden Society, I keep calling it a podcast. It's not necessarily a podcast, but there's a podcast that comes from it.
It's community.
A Burden Society is a community. Okay? So we've actually talked about the Burden Society before, but we have formally transitioned the Put Work In podcast into Burden Society.
We are now a trans podcast.
We have transitioned. Not in
Our
that
doors
way.
are wide open.
Yeah, it's whatever. The Put Work In podcast, formerly known, the former thing. That's what we used to call it. It was mostly around fitness, but the Burden Society, it's really a community offline, and we're translating that and making content for a YouTube channel, which is the new Burden Society channel. And we will also be putting stuff like this out as a podcast, the longer form content. So we're still going to be bringing you content. My plan is to probably end up being less content because I want it to all be in person. But it's going to be quality.
Quality over quantity.
Yeah, for now, until it picks up. We may end up dropping videos every day. Who knows?
We'll see where the money leads us.
Money, what? I hope we get money, it'd be nice. That's dream goal, full-time on YouTube or content, training, whatever.
Currently, I fund everything. I buy all the camera equipment,
Yes.
all the firearms. And
He didn't buy this.
We did use a lot of his ammo.
He technically is our producer. But you see,
I produce the funds.
we just had a range day out here, and we threw a tourniquet out there, so we are safe. He's got one in his pocket. But yeah, we are now the Burden Society. What does that even mean? What is the Burden Society? Y'all got anything to say? What does the Burden Society mean to you when we say it? And I'll go through our formal definition. But what does it mean to you? What is it to you?
To me, Burden Society is a society or group of men or individuals that I would say it overall is a safe place for us as individuals to help us overcome our burdens individually, so we can constantly lift each other up, constantly give each other advice, constructive criticism, and just help each other overall on a day-to-day basis.
I completely agree. You agree?
Yeah, I was going to say we're just a close-knit group of guys who are trying to just build each other up as men, from everything that, is expected of men, and kind of just it's not revolving about, let me rephrase what I'm trying to say here. It is revolving around just it's not like an embodiment of masculinity, but it's just what it means and what it takes to be a man, and just literally every aspect, physical, leadership, spiritual leadership, mental toughness, mental strength, mental capacity. Every single aspect we're trying to build each other up in.
Okay.
Being the
Mind, soul, body. What is it? Spirit. What? I said it backwards. Spirit, soul, body.
Spirit, soul, body, and mind, I think.
The soul is the mind, will, and emotions. So all that.
Pretty much, this is a tutorial on how to be a man.
Yeah. So basically what the Burden Society is, our mission statement, is a community of like-minded individuals with the goal of getting better every day, becoming assets in our communities, and carrying the burdens of the ones we love. So if you've been around, you know that this all came from a video I did. It's calling people that didn't work out or were out of shape liabilities. Is it true?
Yes.
And it's a bigger picture. It's not just about the physical aspects, because a lot of people in the comments displayed that is the problem. I was centered too much on physical, but physical aspects are very important, and we take that serious at the Burn Society. We're all in the gym. There's more of us. It's not just us, but overall, we want to be a community to push each other to become better men, spiritually, physically, etc. I see a lot of times, you'll see people that are very spiritually, like they're about it spiritually, but they are 400 pounds, and that's not right. You're a liability to your family, so get better. There's no excuse. That's that. I mean,
You can't argue that.
you can't argue. I mean, just get better is the thing. And if you're just like a bodybuilder, you're huge like Ben over here.
Benches 335,
Yeah, maybe you need help with the spiritual aspects. We're here for that. We're here for all of it. We want to help you become a better man. So first and foremost, this is an offline community, and there's a bunch of different ways we're doing that. Obviously, we built each other up here today at a range day.
Got better doing it twice.
But we'll get into it again in a minute, but we have the forges at quarterly, so hop into that. But we also have the Facebook group. If you're not in it, join it. Burn Society. Really want that, build that out some more. I think we have a lot of people in there, but I don't think any of them know what's going on except for us. So I want to do that better. We have a Discord because some things get too spicy for Facebook or YouTube. And we have the YouTube channel for content like this. We're going to do like tutorials, and we're going to break down the 12 pillars of manhood as defined by the Burn Society. And we may make it less, may make it more. It's a lot being a man. It's a big deal.
A wide variety of content. You'll see stuff like spiritual, like
Yeah.
we may go through a book of a Bible. We may have a series where we go through the book of a Bible, and use that as a means of building men. You'll see videos of us like out here shooting firearms, building us as leaders to be able to if
Camaraderie.
if things, to say it bluntly, hit the fan, we expect you to know and have the skills required to keep you and your family safe.
Even past that, like the range day stuff, I mean, there's things that even if, stuff never goes down, it's like camaraderie, like you were saying, teamwork, the physical aspects. And
it's even just a hobby, if you just want to
fun.
have a hobby, like it's fun to come out here and shoot guns. It's more fun when you have ear protection. But it's fun to shoot guns. It's fun to come out here, and we didn't do it today. But if you want to learn bushcraft skills, survival skills, stuff like that, to where you can, whether stuff hits the fan and you need to know that stuff, or whether you want to go out and camp one night and you would rather do like a minimal equipment hike, and you just want to hike in with a pot with some paracord inside of it, and a piece of gum and a battery,
And a lot of you'll see us doing a lot of range type stuff, gun stuff, military-esque stuff. We're using that as a training tool, and you'll see that for sure at the forges. If that some people might see that as useful for if something goes down, but also it builds you up together as men. It builds a community, builds teamwork, and it really pushes you because you're having to use your physicality. Like if you come out here and you're gonna shoot a little bit or whatever, and you get out of breath just doing that, Okay.
Your fitness will be your biggest limiting factor.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say is like it looks like we're doing this for this, but there's a lot of little things that go into it that you're coming out of there, even if you just ran some drills, you're coming out of there a better man. You know. And I want to say this, the purpose of the Burden Society, the purpose of the Forges, which is our quarterly event, is to build men, to build community, and to build culture. So, you know, at this small group, we're building each other up. And we're building a community. You know, man to man, we're building each other up. But as a whole, we're building a community. And then outside of this, when we leave this, we're building our culture up to be more for God and more. It's become a thing in culture now. Like, it's looked down upon you to do manly things. Put it that way. And we're butting our head against that.
We're making toxic masculinity toxic again.
Y'all join the Facebook, subscribe to the channel. We're gonna use this channel to hopefully build better men. And if we don't do it through the channel, we're gonna do it here, and we're gonna film it and put it out on the channel. And so join the Facebook.
Finish describing what a Forge was. You never finished.
Broad picture. Subscribe to the channel. Join the Facebook groups. But in person, we have an event called the Forge. It's like a 1 to 2 night event. We're still experimenting with it.
First one was 24 hours. We did that a couple months ago.
Yeah.
This one, the next one coming up, between 36 to 48 hours is expected. We haven't finalized that. I've been going through tweaking your schedule.
What the Forge is, you know, it's kind of hard to describe because it's like we've been calling it like a glorified camp out. The manliest camping trip ever.
It's a camp. You know, it's not us camping. It's a camp. You know,
We're utilizing camping as a tool. Right. We're getting back out into nature, getting gritty, getting dirty. We're doing fitness. We're running drills. We're doing military-esque training. We're just running around shooting stuff, really, having fun. We're building teamwork, and we're doing the survival stuff, the bushcraft stuff, cooking around a fire. But we're having talks. We're pushing each other physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You know, it's the Forge, man. It's just the Forge.
Forge, you know, we'll sit around a fire, talk. We'll probably cry some, you know.
For sure. If you didn't cry, we did it wrong.
You know,
It's a good way to get an escape. You know,
Yeah.
as men, everybody, we're always stressed out. We always have a lot of things on our back. So the Forge is also a good way to focus on ourselves to make sure we're as prepared as possible when we do have to face things from the outside world on our day-to-day basis, at work, with our families, anything it may be. And it's good to have other men who have those similar situations or similar lifestyles that you can help reflect on and really just make a really, really strong foundation overall as a group, I would say.
Yeah.
and society seems to look down on men as a way of like, you know, they're not expected to open up. They're expected to kind of like keep everything in a bottle nice and tight. And we want to break that seal. We want to get you. There are multiple purposes to our campfires at our forges. One being, well, we got to have one way to stay warm, one way to cook. But also, that is where we sit around and we talk, you know.
Forged by the fire. Not forged by fire. I don't think we can say that.
No.
Forged by the fire.
See, planning the last one, I started to name our things.
Yeah.
And then I just said
cute.
that was stupid.
That's
Like,
cute.
You know, that's what it was. You know, it was to start the forge, and it was just to light the fire. But anyway,
Yeah. I mean, we're building men, man, at the fire. You know, that's that's really the most important part is the fireside talks. You know, it's really just digging into the nitty gritty, saying stuff that we probably can't say here, but like saying stuff you won't say to certain people.
everything's important that we do, Adam. But we really just want to get men out, and we want
Connect.
men to not be alone. You know,
Right. And that's the Forge is our bread and butter. Like, if we don't do the podcast, we cut the YouTube channel off. Like, the Forge that's what we do.
Yeah.
Everything else is trying to get people to the Forge. But I want to say, like, the Forge is for, like, anybody can get something out of it, I feel like, because somebody's going to come and they really need the fireside talks. someone really needs a break. Someone really needs to be pushed physically.
Yeah, there's a lot of
And you're going to get all that. What you need, you're going to get.
You know, you can I'm not talking down on anybody. I'm not going to say names, but we have people come to this last one. It was a private, a alpha test that we did, real thing, but it was the very first iteration of, we had people that never work out came up, and that's what they wanted to do. They're like, I want to see what this is about. They came, worked out, gave it their all, You have people like me that work out all the time, well, as much as I can. And I come up here, give it my all, even sprain my ankle. All jokes aside.
That's the only way he can make it hurt, to sprain his ankle.
Yeah, but everybody hopefully came and got something out of that, because we have multiple different things that we did. We sat around the fire. Maybe somebody heard Trevor talking and said, man, I'm taking that to heart, Or maybe somebody ran that mile Sunday morning. It's like, man, I really needed to get up and run a mile, but start their discipline, Maybe somebody needed to come out here and shoot their guns, because as you can see, just about every one of our firearms,
they're all messed up, bro. They don't hit targets.
None of them have been lubed, and everything was just, so we all kind of needed that, and we did other things we won't talk about. Nothing bad, just nothing bad. Just it's a surprise, If you haven't watched the video, go to Asset Activities and watch the video.
Yeah, go watch it. They're gonna be posted on this channel from now on. But also, we're gonna pull on you as a leader. The last forge was everybody's first forge. Was the first one, but everybody that was there, if they're coming back for the second forge, I'm gonna pull on them as a leader. I'm gonna want them to give a talk. I'm going to want them to lead. And we're building it out as we go. We're going to build different team activities and different things that are just they're going to pull on you as a leader. Because at the end of the day, men are leaders. You're called to lead your family. And we want to help you be able to do that and equip you to do that. It's only been 18 minutes.
Last thing I'll say is,
That's what it is.
You choose to be a liability. You're not born one, and you're not stuck in a position to where you are one. You can always do something to make yourself improve. And I feel like the Forge is a really good way to kind of express that ideology, because there's so many different things that we do, and different people excel in different things, but overall you're out here doing something. You're not at home sitting on your couch watching TV like a potato. You're actually getting out there trying to find something that you're good at and trying to excel at it. And then you also are picking up all these other different skills and different craftsmanships. So that's the only thing I'll say is you choose to be a liability.
I think a good thing the Forge does is it's going to show you what you need to work on.
And a great example, with one of the things we do at the Forge, well, at least we did at the Forge, is range. Some people are pretty avid shooters. Some people carry American Tactical 1911s, and there's a difference. Anyway, some people needed that range. Some people needed the fitness. Some people needed to run. Me, Dylan, Taylor, Trevor, we all ran. Ben did his best to run. But when we get to the workout, Ben did the whole workout. And you have people like me that didn't.
Yeah, you did fall over a tree stump into a hole. People excelling at firewood or keeping the fire going. People taking it's one of the reasons who was it that voted for Trevor? He took it was Ethan.
Ethan, yeah.
Ethan voted for Trevor as the biggest asset at our last Forge, which is a trophy we give out to who the group collectively views as the biggest asset, And, he used a great example of the fire was a constant burden, it had to be kept up because one, it was kind of chilly back then, so it had to be kept up throughout the night, had to be kept up throughout the day, even while we're working out, we're hiking and we're eating and whatever we're doing. Then Trevor took that all on his shoulder, and he stayed up longer than he was supposed to at the end of the night, helping keep the fire going. And his idea of doing fire watch and his idea of that was something he excelled at. Meanwhile, me doing our little workout that we did, everybody else was hurting and I was fine, But go to the range, I don't know who the best shooter was. I know I struggled because I don't shoot as much as I should. but everybody comes in. We don't want to be exceptional at just one thing. You know, we want everybody to come in. You know, they might be better at one thing than they are the rest of them. We want them to all be equally as good at everything they need to be good at.
Exactly. And the next few videos, we're going to get into some of the things we believe makes a man and how you can get better at them. But really, this is just an introductory video. Kind of let you know what's happening, why we're changing, what we're doing. And hopefully you figured it out by now listening to this video. Are you good, bro?
I took a reverb on that one.
But yeah, well, you know, a little shorter than you're used to, but like I said, when we had the podcast, the Put Work In podcast, we made stuff for podcasts, and we're shifting this. The Burden Society as a whole is the community and the events, but this channel, you know, video may be 20 minutes, it may be 2 hours. You know, we're going to get our point across, and you know, hopefully we just want to make it a quality video for you to watch and that you'll be able to get something out of. And you know, I feel like in person it kind of we're not just going to sit here and it limits to what we can go on a lot of rabbit trails when I feel like when we are not as focused. I feel like we're more focused in person.
Yeah.
Also, we're kind of tired.
And wet.
And
Sweaty,
wet. Soaking wet.
tired.
Look at that.
Got my new pants.
Wives are cold.
I can wear these
Yeah,
to work.
we're in
now.
trouble.
People won't see me in new pants. So.
But yeah, we appreciate y'all for watching this. Join the Facebook, join the Discord, come to a forge, and I hope you won't regret it. You know, I feel like the only way you regret it is if you get hurt.
When's this video going to be up?
Who knows?
May 17th to the 19th.
Hopefully soon. It doesn't take much editing.
No, I mean, that's the next forge.
Next
date.
Forge date.
Yeah, that's not when the video is coming out. Hopefully you're seeing this video by now, and come to the forge
By now.
by now.
So when you see it, it will be now.
It's already happened. I mean, you're in the past, future, and present, all at the same time.
You're not omnipresent. Only one person is. But
But yeah, how do we end this? It's over.
we're joking. We're joking.
Whoa. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all for watching. Peace out.
See you later.